Okay, so Summer Game Fest 2026 just happened, and honestly, I wasn't expecting much going in. These things can be hit or miss. A lot of trailers, a lot of release date confirmations, maybe one or two actually exciting reveals. But this year was different. There were 10 games shown at Summer Game Fest 2026 that genuinely stopped me in my tracks, made me sit up, rewind the trailer, watch it again. These are those 10 games. Let's get into it.
Oui? Qui est-ce? So, you're the American who called earlier. The sister of the man on the third floor. Ah, welcome to Paris. It's so nice to meet you.
Resident Evil Code Veronica is one of the most requested remakes in the franchise's history. Fans have been asking for this for years, and Capcom is finally delivering. Claire Redfield, Steve Burnside, Alfred Ashford, the Antarctic Facility, Rockford Island, all of it coming back with the RE engine that made the RE2 and RE4 remakes so incredible. What makes this special is the source material. Code Veronica was always the most cinematic entry, the most dramatic, the most emotionally ambitious. The Ashford twins are some of the best villains in the entire franchise. The RE engine is going to make this look extraordinary. The character models, the environments, the horror atmosphere that the original was building toward. Wesker's appearance at the end of Code Veronica is one of gaming's greatest villain moments. Seeing that recreated with modern technology, that alone is worth everything. Capcom has proven with RE2, RE3, and RE4 remakes that they understand how to do this right. Veronica is in safe hands. Resident Evil Veronica releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. This was genuinely the reveal of the show.
却从未有人坚守如我等之久。今日天枪大捷，以寡破众，陪对着当即首功。
Blood Message is the Chinese action RPG that keeps looking better every time new footage appears. The wuxia setting is rich and detailed. Ancient China, martial arts traditions, political intrigue running through an entire civilization, supernatural elements woven through historical authenticity. What makes it stand out at Summer Game Fest was the combat depth they finally showed in detail. Different martial arts schools aren't just aesthetic choices, they're completely different gameplay philosophies. Speed against strength, internal cultivation versus external technique. Switching between approaches mid-combat creates real tactical depth. The open world revealed at SGF 2026 is massive. Mountain monasteries, imperial cities, ancient forests, river towns, and coastal settlements. Each region dominated by different martial arts traditions. The cultivation system is what separates it from everything else. You're not leveling up stats on a menu screen. You're genuinely developing as a martial artist. The same technique feels fundamentally different at different cultivation levels. The story involves conspiracies across multiple powerful factions. Nobody is clearly right. Nobody is clearly wrong. You're caught between them trying to survive. Blood Message releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. One of the most exciting RPGs shown at the entire event.
We have 2 drivers dead. 3 more in intensive care.
I'm done.
Clutch was probably the biggest surprise of Summer Game Fest 2026. Nobody had this on their radar. The announcement came out of nowhere, and the trailer immediately had everyone talking. A high-speed action game built around momentum. Your character doesn't slow down, doesn't stop. The entire combat system is built around staying in motion. The faster you move, the more powerful you become. Standing still is failure. Constant movement is survival. Chain attacks, wall run, launch enemies, never stop. The visual style is distinct and immediately memorable. Fast, aggressive, stylish in ways that remind you of the best character action games of the last decade. The world design supports the momentum mechanic completely. Environments built like obstacle courses. Every surface a potential launch pad. Every enemy encounter a playground. The developers clearly understand that the best action games are built around a central feeling. Clutch has that feeling locked down immediately. Pure kinetic joy. The story setup is deliberately minimal. You're not here for exposition. You're here to move. And the game knows it. Clutch releases late 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. One of the most original reveals of the entire show.
Hey, it's me.
There he is!
Shit!
Virtua Fighter Crossroads is Sega bringing back one of gaming's most legendary fighting game franchises. The original Virtua Fighter basically invented 3D fighting games as we know them. Everything that came after, Tekken, Soul Calibur, owes something to what Virtua Fighter built. Crossroads isn't just a new entry, it's a complete reimagining. Classic characters returning with completely rebuilt movesets. New characters who feel genuinely fresh. The Crossroads concept is fascinating. Different martial arts traditions from around the world finally colliding in the same tournament. Each fighter representing a genuine fighting style, rendered with the kind of accuracy Virtua Fighter always prioritized. The visuals are extraordinary. Character models that set a new standard for the genre. Animations that feel like genuine martial arts in motion. The gameplay depth that Virtua Fighter is known for appears to be fully intact. This isn't a simplified comeback. This is the full complexity that veterans loved, made accessible to new players without losing anything. Online infrastructure looks solid this time. Rollback netcode, ranked modes, spectator systems. Virtua Fighter Crossroads releases 2027 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For fighting game fans, this was everything.
Luis Torres, I've seen your future. Global risk is scared of the weapon.
Crossfire has been one of the most played games in history, and almost nobody in the West knows it exists. Billions of players in Asia, one of the highest grossing games ever, and now Smilegate is bringing it to Western audiences as a full premium single-player experience. The single-player campaign shown at SGF 2026 is the most ambitious thing the franchise has ever attempted. You're a soldier caught between two massive PMCs in a conspiracy that reaches into the highest levels of global power structures. The setting spans the entire globe: urban environments, desert operations, Arctic installations, each location a distinct tactical challenge. The action is intense and cinematic, cover-based shooting with real tactical depth, enemy AI that behaves intelligently, set pieces that rival anything in the genre. The story has genuine ambition, not just a shooter with plot between levels. Characters with real motivations, real consequences, a narrative worth following to its conclusion. Visually, it's exceptional throughout. Every environment is dense with detail. Crossfire releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. One of the most underestimated games coming this year.
Scarlet Sin. That's the beginning and end of it all. How about you try taking a hit?
You're acting a little strange today.
Oh yeah?
Stellar Blade BloodRayne is Shift Up returning to the world that surprised everyone with the original. The first Stellar Blade was better than it had any right to be. BloodRayne expands everything. New enemies, new environments, new mechanics. The combat system that was already excellent has been deepened significantly. The BloodRayne phenomenon changes the world dynamically. Areas affected by it shift enemy behavior completely. A stylish action game with genuine depth. Eve as a protagonist was compelling beyond expectations. The post-apocalyptic world was beautifully realized. Tactical decisions about when and where to fight now involve understanding environmental conditions. Eve's abilities have expanded dramatically. New weapon types, new beta skills, new burst options. The build variety that was already impressive has become genuinely deep. The story continues Eve's journey with higher stakes. The mysteries of the Nighttiba and human history go deeper than the first game revealed. The lore that dedicated players explored in detail pays off in surprising ways. Visually, it's a significant step up. The art direction that made the original memorable is more confident and more ambitious. Stellar Blade BloodRayne releases 2026 on PS5 and PC. For action game fans, this was a highlight of SGF.
I was born to be the collector. To protect a world I cannot be a part of.
1666 Amsterdam is one of gaming's most legendary unreleased games, finally becoming a reality. This project started with Patrice Desilets, the creative director of the original Assassin's Creed. He began developing 1666 Amsterdam before a legal dispute with Ubisoft put everything on hold for years. Now, it's finally happening. 17th century Amsterdam, the Dutch Golden Age, a city of commerce and shadows and secrets, a protagonist navigating the political and supernatural undercurrents of one of history's most fascinating cities. The historical setting is meticulously researched. Canal architecture, period-accurate streets, social hierarchies of the Dutch Republic rendered in detail. But the supernatural layer is what makes it unique. Something is wrong in Amsterdam in 1666. The city at the height of its prosperity hiding something dark beneath the surface. The parkour-based movement Desilets pioneered in the original Assassin's Creed returns and evolves. Climbing 17th century Amsterdam's unique architecture looks and feels incredible. This is a passion project by one of gaming's genuine visionaries. The long wait only amplified the anticipation. 1666 Amsterdam releases 2027 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X, one of the most significant reveals in recent gaming history.
登場界それが俺たちの国だ
登場界ほいじゃあいよいよ兄貴組立ち上げるんじゃの
Stranger Than Heaven was the mystery reveal of SGF 2026. Almost no information before the show, just hints and speculation. Then the trailer dropped and everything made sense and nothing made sense simultaneously. A narrative adventure from a studio known for experimental games. Reality bending in ways that the trailer deliberately obscured. Enough shown to create genuine intrigue, not enough shown to explain anything. The art direction is immediately striking. Surrealist imagery, spaces that shouldn't be possible. A visual identity completely distinct from anything else announced. What appears to be a story about perception and reality, a protagonist navigating environments where the rules keep changing, where understanding the world requires accepting that the world doesn't follow consistent rules. The gameplay shown involves puzzle solving in environments that respond to emotional states. Anger changes what's possible, fear changes what's visible, accepting something changes what exists. This kind of experimental narrative gaming rarely gets the spotlight at major shows. Seeing it at SGF suggests real publisher confidence. Stranger Than Heaven releases 2027 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X, the most intriguing mystery of the entire event.
Guided by calamity, one man sought dominion through reunion. By his will, a star fell.
Final Fantasy VII Revelation is Square Enix continuing one of gaming's most ambitious projects. The FF7 Remake trilogy has been building towards something massive. Rebirth expanded the story beyond what the original contained. Revelation takes it to its conclusion. And the trailer shown at SGF 2026 made clear that Square Enix is not playing it safe. The compilation of FF7 is being woven in. Characters from Crisis Core, from Dirge of Cerberus, the expanded universe of FF7 finally unified. Cloud and his companions facing the endgame. Sephiroth at his most powerful. The fate of the planet in the balance. The combat system has evolved again. The ATB action system refined throughout the trilogy reaches its most sophisticated form. New party members, new mechanics, new synergies. The visuals shown represent a significant leap, even from Rebirth. The character models, the environments, the scale of the set pieces. Aerith's story arc is the emotional core. Everyone who played Rebirth knows the weight that carries. Revelation has to deliver on everything that weight implies. Final Fantasy VII Revelation releases 2027 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. The trilogy conclusion gaming has been waiting for.
こんな失態を見逃す会社ではないの。これは最後のチャンス。
Alien Isolation 2 was the announcement that broke the internet at Summer Game Fest 2026. The original Alien Isolation from 2014 is still considered one of the greatest horror games ever made. Creative Assembly captured the Alien universe so perfectly that it felt like the sequel to the original film. 12 years of fans asking for more, and finally, it's here. The setting is a new location, new ship, new protagonist navigating new horrors, but everything that made the original iconic is present and evolved. The Xenomorph AI returns, unpredictable, unkillable, always hunting. You cannot fight it, you cannot outsmart it permanently. You can only survive encounter to encounter. New alien variants expand the threat. The Xenomorph is still the primary terror, but it's not the only thing hunting you anymore. The atmosphere matches the original film's aesthetic perfectly. Worn industrial design, analog technology, the retro future look of the Alien universe, rendered with extraordinary detail and fidelity. Sound design already sounds exceptional in early footage. That distinctive alien audio language, the motion tracker, the vents, the silence before everything goes wrong. Alien Isolation 2 releases 2027 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. The most celebrated announcement of Summer Game Fest 2026. That's the list. 10 games from Summer Game Fest 2026 that genuinely blew my mind. From Resident Evil Veronica finally happening to Alien Isolation 2 breaking the internet. This was one of the best Summer Game Fest shows in years. Which reveal got you most excited? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Hit like and subscribe for more gaming coverage every week. See you in the next one.